What do I include in a reading grade? Every teacher and homeschool parent struggles with the question, how do I arrive at a reading grade? It seems subjective or frustrating and confusing. You cannot see or measure the process taking place in a student's mind, but you can gather the evidence of progress. And as with any subject, setting a grade involves three main levels. There are assessments, evaluation, and grading. There are several skill categories that are critical to developing a composite or complete grade for reading, but each category should be evaluated separately and often enough to get a good picture of your student's progress. Comprehension is the main goal of silent reading. Gather the evidence of thoughtful silent reading comprehension using the silent reading evaluations. And as you observe his responses to discussion questions, you gather clues about his silent reading comprehension. Communication is the goal of oral reading. So gather evidence of oral reading fluency using the oral reading evaluations. Fluent oral reading should sound like normal speech, using the appropriate pitch and tone and inflection to interpret the author's message. So these two categories will make up over half of your students' overall reading grade because these are the life skills. However, written work measures important aspects of reading achievement and comes in two categories. Gather evidence of written comprehension from the work text and written phonics from the work text. The student work text includes mastery and non-mastery skills. So the word assessment at the bottom of a page is your clue to a mastered skill. Now, if you're confident that your student understands the content, you may choose not to assign or grade every page, but try to select the pages where mastery is expected rather than the pages that are used for the introductory teaching. And finally, you need evidence of his ability to apply skills using the reading skill checks. These are formatted to prepare students for standardized testing. So your student should be able to use all of his skills together to read independently, whether in an instructional, a recreational, or an evaluative setting. So what do you do with all the evidence? Evaluate the evidence within each category for a snapshot of how your student is progressing. However, the categories are not equal in value. Silent reading is the major life skill and should carry a heavier weight. 35% of your student's reading grade should come from his silent reading evaluations, 20% from the oral reading evaluations, 20% from the work text comprehension scores, 15% from the work text phonics scores, and just 10% from the reading skill check scores. These are my recommended weight values to calculate each component of the reading grade. Now, the categories are listed in the order they appear on our Record of Grades form, and you're not required to use our forms, but you may find them extremely helpful in calculating this grade. And you do not need to check or grade every assignment, even if it says assessment, but gather enough evidence to draw a realistic picture of your student's progress. And the final step is to present the evidence, as in a report card, a portfolio or folder of selected work, maybe a recording of your student reading or acting out a play, or his best book activity and his favorite silent reading logs. It should be a positive showcase that encourages your child with his progress. Evaluation should never overshadow the simple enjoyment of reading. It is far more important that your student leave a reading session or an evaluation time with the desire to read more the next day.